Uh, Good evening, Victor. Good evening, Fabricio. You know something? While we were chatting by Zoom, I was thinking about the people we actually love and how really well we know about them. In my case, I will be talking about my mother and my brother. They are really closest relatives to me, and also there are some relatives that I used to know a lot of them. But actually, I've been watching that there have been happening a lot of changes in my life, not only on mine but on them. So it was quite curious about how does this will work. Um, what about your cases? I'm a bit curious about what do you think about it.
Well, I'm going to talk about um, two people I really love. In my case, uh, there are my mom and my dad. I have always had a very strong relationship with both of them, but in different ways. With my mom, I talk more about my feelings. Um, while my dad, I usually talk about my goals, plans, or what happened in the world. Um, personally, um, they are quite different. My mom, I think that is more patient, uh, um, and she understands me more than my dad. She's the kind of person who listens to you even when she's exhausted. My dad, on the other hand, is more direct and more energetic, and sometimes a little a little angry. If he thinks something is right, he will defend it until the end.
Mhm.
But what about you, Boris?
Yeah, what about you? It's a bit nice that we have a good relationship with our parents, but I don't know
Absolutely.
what do you think about?
Absolutely. After actually hear Franco and you, Victor, it's amazing what you've been talking about your family and actually your experience being through. In my case, I will talk about my dad, Ruben. He's a hardworking man, entrepreneur in my case. Entrepreneur for me, actually. He's the one I follow too in every single of steps he's do. I try to do the same through. He's very disciplined. Sometimes he's a bit rude. Sometimes he's a bit mad. Equals like a father. But at all, I actually feel him like a more than a father, a friend, and that's something I really gain trust with him. Even with I do my kind of job, and also my entrepreneur too. He's the one who clarifies and give me on the path to follow the steps correctly and not going into the illegal things. Paying the taxes and going to Sunat, something quite irrelevant, but also quite important too. And he's the one who faces also the many challenge I have been through my life, and he's the one to support me, apart from my mom. But you know, my mom she's right there too all the time.
Oh well, that's a really good feeling. Yeah, I'm very glad that everyone has a really good relationship with them, you know? But something that Victor actually told us about it was about the personality of them. About my brother, well, despite he used to go to some parties when he was at college, and and despite he is a little bit sociable, he used to be a bit reserved. He prefers to be quiet rather than, I don't know, try to show off or be the main focus of the party. And on the other hand, my mother is a little bit more sociable than him. She probably knows a lot of things about what happens in my neighborhood, and she's very well known with all the neighborhoods also too. About about my mother, well, she used to she's personally for me a really such a great person that I actually respect her, mostly because well she is able to keep the house secure and clean. Furthermore, she's really cautious about every important change of family. She's very, she despite her age accepts challenge and understand what could life make you. On the other hand, my brother, well, he's actually studying in life, mostly because of one of his biggest decisions at this point. But I think I'm talking a lot right now. So, what do you got to talk me about, Victor and Fabricio?
It is okay if we talk about what we like more about the other person. For example, in my case, something I really like about my parents, in this case, my mom, is that she always tries to make everyone feel comfortable. She has such a warm personality that people trust her very quick. Also, sometimes when I feel stressed, she knows exactly what to say, so so I can calm down. And the other hand, my dad is extremely hardworking. He's the type of person who wakes up early, even on weekends, because he likes feeling productive. I admire that a lot about him. But of course, there are things that um, annoy me. I don't know if this is the word that annoy me. My mom gets stressed so easily that sometimes she worries about small things, and my dad repeats the same stories about again and again, even when I already know every detail. It's funny, but also a little annoying sometimes.
That's interesting, Victor. What about you, Fabricio?
Well, in my case, my father he's very strong in the personality. As I said, he's confident, responsible, also hardworking. Sometimes, like I've been told, like most of the problem with our fathers is probably the rude or mad he could be with us and trying the way he teaches us. But I think that's a sort of way to understand how much sometimes eh, they put into us, like the effort to probably teach us something, and that's quite important to understand that. And I feel really trustful that everybody here has a really good emotion and really good trust confidence with their families, and I hope that's really good. Also, as Victor said, in my case, my father quite have the words to calm me down or give me the patience to, hey, chill out, don't get mad, don't get broke, chill out. And that's quite something important, I think, the connection you have to.
Yeah, well, I see both of us are very agree with how your parents could manage about these type of changes. And this actually remembers about my brother. Before we have all this meeting, well, I was just remember about his big decision to study abroad in Germany. Before that, he was really nervous about taking this opportunity. But my father and my mother told him to keep calm and do not fear, to overcome that and accept the challenge. And now, well, now he's not only studying in Germany, but also he's having a job. It's so, being honest, that's actually amazing for me. I completely respect him. He's so responsible about that I personally think that, well, I really respect him in a lot of aspects. Well, about this, I can sum up that we have a lot to learn about our parents and our relative in mostly ways. What do you think about it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's ton of things we can learn from our parents, and even from our family. In my case, my father taught me the confidence, the way to talk with people, the way to probably do speeches, because sometimes I do confidence speech or marketing speech, and probably in the past I was choking myself to do it, but nowadays I feel the confidence to even put me, yeah, without knowing something, trying to have the conversation with someone too. And like you said, the fathers give us the strength to do something. As in my case, as in your case with your brother, I would like to study in Germany too, and I would like to go. And I have that feeling, that nervous too. My father is pushing me to go too, and just hearing your story and that story, I just like I have that match, I have the connection to probably go too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's awesome. Uh, well, it's important uh, to think about what they thought us.
Hmm.
For example, something that my mother taught me is to be patient and kind with people. She always said that you never know what someone is going through, so being respectful can really make a difference. And in the case of my father, he taught me the value of hard work and discipline. He always reminds me that if I really want something, I have to work for it and not give up easily.
Well, I gotta be honest, this was a really, really grateful meeting to be here. I think it's a bit late here, so I think it's time to go. See you soon, Victor. See you soon, Fabricio. It was a complete pleasure to talk with you.
See you soon,
Yeah, see you
everybody.
soon. See you soon,
See you soon,
guys.
everyone. Bye.